The story begins with a view of the Arctic Ocean, where Julia and Oscar are installing a sonar device underwater and conducting some experiments. Suddenly, Oscar gets an emergency call, warning him about an approaching storm and telling them to leave as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see a Russian submarine detecting a high-intensity noise coming from afar. At the same time, they notice the sea level rising slowly upward, which leaves the team shocked. Julia's scanners also start giving wrong readings, and the ice around their camp begins to crack. Seeing this, Oscar rushes to Julia and tells her they need to leave immediately because they don't have much time left. But Julia wants to complete her experiment first. Looking at the worsening weather, she agrees with Oscar, sits on his snowmobile, and they try to escape. But the ice was breaking much faster than they expected. Meanwhile, in the submarine, the team realizes that the sounds they were hearing weren't from ocean waves. It was something biological, a living creature. Before the team can understand anything, a massive creature crashes into their submarine, triggering all emergency alarms. It feels as if the creature has grabbed the submarine and is pulling it rapidly downward. On the other side, Julia and Oscar are trying to escape for their lives as the ice continues to break behind them. Suddenly, Oscar notices a terrifying snowstorm rising ahead. Panicking, he loses balance, and the snowmobile crashes into an ice cliff and explodes. By the time they regain consciousness, their camp has also been destroyed by the storm. Underwater, the submarine continues to be attacked. The attacker is none other than that massive creature. The team starts firing at it. In the light, they see gigantic tentacles. Before they can learn more, the creature attacks again and destroys the submarine. Right before sinking, the captain orders an emergency signal to be released, hoping the Navy will find them in time. The next day, the Russian Marine headquarters receives the distress signal, revealing that their submarine is missing. Officers are shocked because it carried powerful weapons. They assign a rescue team to retrieve the weapons and appoint Victor as the leader. He is the brother of the missing submarine's captain. When Victor's mother learns he is going on this dangerous mission, she becomes worried but gives him his late father's watch for luck. Victor accepts it and leaves. At the base, Victor meets his father's old friend, Admiral Olshansky, who has also been assigned to the mission. When Victor boards the submarine, many crew members complain that they were called back early from their holidays. But Victor doesn't tell them anything yet. Meanwhile, Julia and Oscar wander helplessly in the icy storm with no food, shelter, or satellite signal. While searching for signal, Julia nearly falls into a deep crevice, but is saved by Oscar. Finally, the satellite phone catches a signal. Julia calls an oil rig company, but the storm noise is so loud that they cannot understand a word, and the call drops. Losing hope, Oscar fires a flare gun. Julia notices a red light shining on the ice surface. They rush toward it and discover the emergency signal released by the missing submarine captain. They know the Russian Navy will come looking for this signal, so Julia tells Oscar they should wait there. Victor's submarine reaches the location of the missing vessel and the distress signal. They don't find the submarine, but instead find two exhausted geologists, Julia and Oscar. Victor brings them aboard, but secretly he wants to learn what happened to his brother's submarine. When he asks Julia, even she has no answer. She initially thought their sonar device explosion caused an underwater quake,